Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Al-Rahakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the sincere brethren out there pushing this word, and to you sincere listeners. So I want to go into a quick lesson, which the title of it is going to be UBI will lead to the MOB, which the MOB, for those that don't know, is the mark of the beast or the Charagma. And this lesson is based upon this article I came across in the local paper out here, which you'll see a picture of it on the screen. And the title reads, City Explores Universal Basic Income. Programs providing regular payments to those who need them could soon expand. See, which this is, pretty much the introduction of communism into this society, because, that's the kind of system that the elites want to set up. Now, what they're doing here, they're rolling it out in stages. This devil works gradually. So he's getting these people hooked on, the titty. That way they'll be dependent. Then he'll make his move. He'll say, well, okay, well, if you want to keep getting this money, well, you got to get the Charagma, and then it's going to change into, well, regardless of what kind of work you do, this is going to be the standard, payout that we're going to give you. So this is all leading up to this man's ultimate plan. Now he's pushing this thing out like it's something good, but we know what's really going on here. So I'm going to read this article, and then we're going to, hit the scripts. It shouldn't be too long. So it says a task force to explore universal basic income program to lift San Franciscans out of poverty. And this don't got nothing to do with being, lifting people out of poverty. When you read this, which I'm going to read it, this ain't going to help nobody, man. Now, what you have looming in the background, and we always speak on this, you have an economic collapse looming in the background. The economy is collapsing. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to get people used to receiving free money. That way you rely on what the government has to offer you. You can't go to anywhere else to receive things that you need to survive, which means what? When they roll out the Charagma or the MOB, you're going to be 100% on board with it, because you can't see anything outside of the government fending for you. So it says regular payments proved successful in Stockton in 2019, former mayor says, which that's the same thing that they've done with these stimmies, man. These stimmies ain't really helped nobody get up out of the situation that they're in. It hasn't elevated anybody's status. You just get a one-time payment. And then what you do, you're supposed to go spend the money. You're not actually building any wealth. And furthermore, the money that they're giving you isn't worth anything. They're giving you FRNs, which is a debt-based system. So all they're doing, number one, they're increasing the debt for the whole country, putting you people further and further into a hole, and they're also getting you people hooked on the public tit, man. So when they roll out that MOB, you're going to be like, oh, well, I've been getting this money for this long. There's no jobs out here. The only way I can get money is from the state, so I got to do whatever they tell me to do. So it says San Francisco on Friday launched a guaranteed income task force that could lead to a pilot program where up to 1,000 residents would receive at least $500 in unrestricted monthly payments. And $500 doesn't go that far here in San Francisco. It says the 11-member Guaranteed Income Advisory Group held its inaugural meeting to begin working on recommendations for how a pilot program should look in San Francisco. And these, programs are being rolled out nationwide, because there's a bigger agenda at play here. This isn't just something that they came up with, out of the blue. This is going to help the people out. Everything that this nigga does is detrimental to you, man. Scriptures tell you never trust thine enemy. And you can see on the picture here, they got a Jake pushing this thing, man. It says the 11-member Guaranteed Income Advisory Group held its inaugural meeting to begin working on recommendations for how a pilot program should look in San Francisco, with an eye toward a long-lasting effort. Really, they plan on doing this past the implementation of the Charagma. They want you people to be hooked. Then it's going to get to a point to where the minimum wage is going to be done away with. You're just going to get a set pay rate for the month, regardless of what kind of work that you do. It says guaranteed income, also known as universal basic income, UBI, is a model being tested in a growing number of jurisdictions for its potential to lift people out of a cycle of poverty. And that ain't going to help. $500, what the hell is that going to do? And furthermore, while they're giving you this money, while they're giving you $500, the price of living is going up. So every minute, that $500 is worth less and less. That dollar is worth less and less. It's going to go. It's not going to go as far as it would have the previous day. And this is another way that they're going to control people. They showed you this in that movie End Time with Justin Timberlake. They can control the how much the money is worth by how much is in circulation, those credits, man. And eventually these, this UBI is going to be transferred to your Charagma that's going to be implanted inside of you. It says guaranteed income, also known as universal basic income, is a model being tested in a growing number of jurisdictions for its potential to lift people out of a cycle of poverty, address income inequality, and improve participants' overall health, which is going to have the exact opposite effect. San Francisco has recently launched some limited versions, a 6-month guaranteed income pilot program that just finished receiving applications would give 130 local artists affected by the C-19 $1,000 monthly. What the hell is that going to do? If these people don't have no work, what the hell is $1,000 going to do? Especially in San Francisco, where the median rent is almost $2,000 and $3,000, man. The task force, which was established by legislation adopted by the Board of Supervisors, is overseen by the Treasurer's Office. There are 6 additional meetings scheduled, each with a particular scheme or theme, with the last in November to discuss its recommendations. A final report is due to the mayor and board by December 1st. The legislation directs the body to address various issues for a pilot program with between 500 and 1,000 participants who would receive a minimum of $500 per month for unrestricted use. So you got 5,000 or 500 times 1,000. That's $50,000 there times 12 for the year. And this money is coming from the city, money that the city does not have. This is going to be on the taxpayers, man. So this is a communist system right here being established in a so-called capitalistic society, And this is, pretty much how the elites want to run the whole world, man. It says Supervisor Mark Haney, who introduced the legislation, said guaranteed income programs are a way to address the inequality and poverty in San Francisco. I do believe it can be transformational, Haney said. It is one of the most powerful interventions that we can make, and also one of the most simple. Former Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs launched a program in 2019 that provided 125 residents living in the area with a median income at or below $46,033 with $500 per month for 24 months. What the hell is that going to do, man? You getting an extra $5. That's not going to do nothing. A preliminary analysis released last month found the unrestricted payments increased recipients' employment prospect, improved health conditions, including reducing anxiety and depression, and created financial stability. Well, if he really wants to create financial stability, he would institute a sound monetary system with a currency backed by gold and silver. He's not going to do that because he's the devil. It says the study looked at the time period from February 2019 through February 2020. Tubbs is now a champion of the effort around the country through his group Mayors for Guaranteed Income. He spoke to the task force about the issue. Everyone thought we were crazy. Tubbs recalled when he first announced the program 4 years ago, but now we have 50 mayors who have signed on to be part of the Mayors for Guaranteed Income. We have pilots going on right now in about 8 cities, with about 7 more coming online that are mayoral-led. Tubbs said that everyone doesn't have to have the luxury, but no one should be hungry or not be able to provide for the basics needed to be fully human. Which in a capitalistic society, you have the haves and you have the have-nots. So basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to put everybody on the same level across the board. You ain't going to have no rich. You ain't going to have no poor. Everybody's just going to be on the bottom, man. And then the elites, they're going to be at the top. And you other people, you're going to be their slaves, man. Doing their bidding, doing the jobs that they tell you to do for the, a standard rate of pay, man. Because see, these people that are participating in this, they're getting hooked on this extra money that the government is giving them. It says it increased their employment prospects, but what kind of jobs are these individuals getting? It's going to allow them enough time to get to a job that's paying minimum wage, man. It says task force members said they wanted to explore the idea of providing different amounts of money depending on the specific needs and situations of people, as well as more than the minimum in the legislation. They also want to figure out how to have a sustainable model. This is San Francisco, the most expensive city in the country, said the task force member Gloria Berry. $500 in Stockton is different than $500 in San Francisco. Treasurer Jose Cisneros said he looked to the task force to build something beyond the pilot to effect long-lasting change. Just too many people simply don't have enough money to make ends meet, Cisneros said. The task force will next meet on May 14th to look at the different efforts ongoing in San Francisco and other cities. See, this is all a part of the agenda of the elites, to get these people hooked on getting money and assistance from the state, so they'll be hooked in, totally locked in, man. Because this man plans on implementing the Charagma, the RFID microchip. And if these people have their own, sources of income, their own way of sustaining themselves, there's a less of an incentive to, take what the state is giving them. You got to remember, what these devils, what their agenda is. By 2030, they want you to own nothing and you're going to be happy. You ain't even going to have your own source of income. The government is going to provide that to you, And for us, here that are following Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we ain't going to fall for this, man. Because we don't rely on you damn devils for sustenance to be sustained. We rely on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? This is Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but stay upon the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. And let's look this word stay up. Because this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep this, this thing going. And he's trying to draw more and more people in, to rely on him. So when he rolls this thing out, he's not going to have that much backlash, man. So the word there is Strong's H8172, Sha'ain, which means to lean on, trust in, support. So he wants people to use him as a support system. So when he rolls this system out, when he rolls out the Charagma, everybody's going to have to hop on board with it. Where else can you get income from? Where else can you get money from to buy your food? Where else are you going to get food from if it's not from the grocery store? And this is the mindset that he wants these people to be in. Trust in Esau, Edom. Trust in me, because I'm the only one that can provide these things for you. It says to lean on, trust in, to lean upon, support oneself. And then further down in the lexicon, it says to lean upon, to rest upon. And that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to rest upon him. So your security is going to be in Esau, Edom, and whatever program he has rolled out for you, man. The Charagma system that he's going to set up. So it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon him that smote them. See, so the elect of the nation of Israel, they're not going to fall for your tricks, man, because they're not going to stay up upon you. They're not going to rely on you for the things that they need to survive. It says, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel. So they're going to rely on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we know and understand that our food comes from the Heavenly Father. Anything that we need for life comes from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We ain't going to rely on you devils for the food that we need, man. This is Deuteronomy 8. And let's see. I'm going to start at 1. It says, all the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai swear unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. Verse 3, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers knew, that he might know, that he might make thee to know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. And this is completely true, man. If the Most High don't want you to eat, you ain't gonna eat. Esau Edom is not in control of this. See, but what this man is doing, and this society and this system that he has set up, he has put himself, up at the position of the Heavenly Father down here upon the earth. He's in control of where your food comes from. He's in control of where your water comes from. He's in control of your shelter situation, because you can't go somewhere and just you can't just go anywhere and make your own shelter. That's illegal. So you have to be, in this man's system if you want a place to live. You have to sign a contract. You got to get a lease. You got to get an apartment or a house. So you are literally relying on this man's system pretty much for everything. He set this up for a reason. So when he moves everything to, the mark of the beast, you will be more inclined on submitting yourself to that system, because you can't see anything outside of that. But us here, us that worship Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we know that there's Esau Edom is not the only route. The Most High, he supersedes the authority that Esau Edom believes that he has, And as the title of the video, says, this is just leading up to the mark of the beast. He wants to eventually get everybody on his UBI, get them, linked in and relying on his support. So when that system gets rolled out, everybody's going to hop on board, because there's no other way to go. What else are these people going to rely on? There ain't no jobs out here. The money is devaluing. So this monetary system is going to collapse. He's going to tell you, look, you hop on board with this new monetary system, you get 500 credits, every month, guaranteed. All you got to do is put this in your hand. But these people will not, they don't understand what this, what the Charagma really signifies, man. So they're going to take it. This is Revelation 13:16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which we know what that mark is. That mark is the RFID microchip, the Charagma. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Okay. And if you don't get that UBI, you ain't going to be able to buy nothing. For you to obtain this UBI, which is going to become a long-term thing, it's going to go from being deposited in your bank account to being deposited on your Charagma that you're going to have under your skin. So if you want to buy and sell something, you're going to have to get this. You're going to have to get the Charagma. And that no man might buy or sell. And how do you survive in this society? The system that Esau Edom has set up, you have to buy and sell if you want to survive. You got to go to the grocery store. You ain't gonna find food anywhere else outside the grocery store. And that's what these people have in their mind, man. Oh, food only comes from the store. There's no other place that food can come from. They don't know how to, process a animal that they can kill themselves. They don't know how to do that. They rely on the butcher, and they rely on the store, man, to chop the meat up for them. You go get, you know, drumsticks, chicken drumsticks, chicken thighs, you know, chicken wings. They don't know how to do that themselves. Pluck the chicken, you know. So they are wholeheartedly linked into the system. It says in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And if you take this Charagma, if you fall for Esau's trick, you're going to be destroyed. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which that fire and brimstone is those thermonuclear missiles. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So if you take this chip, you fall for Esau's okie doke. If you are, you know, leaning upon Esau, Edom, especially in these last days, you're going to be led to receive that Charagma, and the Lord going to take you out, man. You know, so this is the direction that we're headed in. Esau, Edom is getting ready to lock this system, you know, in, and he's getting ready to push this Charagma out, man. This is just another sign that, you know, we almost out of here, man. This man is moving forward with his agenda. It ain't going to stop until Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai take his ass out. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Baruch HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom.